hate puppies. It's a good podcast.
I feel threatened.
You like that on-the-fly production work right there to turn it up? That was piss poor. I'm a production guy.
You are. You're our production guy.
That's what I do. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Pallet House. Thank you so much for jumping in and joining us another week. We're glad to have you with us, and we're glad to be here, especially after a day like I had today. I felt like a Monday beer was in order, so
Always.
Yes.
glad to have one.
And thank you, Double J, for filling in for Ely once again.
Oh, thank you guys for having me. Always a blast every time I come to the Pallet House.
Dude, and we're down to one of our final shows. This may be the final show with you. I hope not. But your move is
Maybe in the immediate, yes.
imminent, right? I mean,
It's imminent.
right on the horizon.
Yeah, Labor Day weekend, man. Moving down to old Greenville, South Carolina.
South Kakalaki.
Man, we're gonna miss you, man. You've been an integral part of the show from the beginning, and what people don't realize is how much you've done behind the scenes for us. So, honestly, you will be missed on multiple levels. Mostly as a friend, but professionally too. Right?
Yes.
We certainly
Yeah,
certainly need the help.
all the help we can get.
Yeah, no, definitely going to miss you guys too. And I'll try and still shoot you some sound bites from afar. Still,
who
still
knows?
have the interwebs I could send you some stuff on. But yeah, it won't be the same. Won't be the same distance of a drive for sure. So
It's gonna be different.
I'm excited for you, man. Like we were talking before the show in our pre-production meeting, and I've never had to move. I've always lived in this area, and when I moved from where I grew up, 15 miles into the city, that was a big deal. And then to move 15 miles to the south side of the city was a big deal. But I've never packed it all up and moved a couple states away. That's part of me that's scary, but part of me is just sounds exciting and romantic all at the same time.
yeah, it is every bit of that. I mean, I'm in the same boat. I've lived in the same area pretty much my whole life, but my wife has moved everywhere because her dad was in the Air Force. So it's funny, after we got married, she didn't want to move. And I was like, okay, well, cool.
Yeah. I
She
got
was
that
ready to
covered.
settle
I don't have to
down.
do shit.
Yeah.
So,
Well, moving sucks, and you just moved anyway.
yeah, but yeah, exactly. But since we've been married, this is the third. We'll be moving to our fourth house.
Wow.
Since we've been married, so we've jumped. Excluding the one apartment we were in as well. So yeah, this will be our fifth move, I guess.
That's crazy because you own, right? You buy houses and move.
Yes.
That
We
often.
flipped too. So that worked out better on the first one, which was actually across the street from you, which I didn't even know you at the time. I literally
and
lived
you really were
3 doors down from
Yeah.
Brendan. Yeah.
That's crazy.
We didn't even know each other. I was
Until
just
after, I'm like, oh, hey man, I didn't. That's my old house.
Yeah, that would have been a lot cooler.
Would have been cooler.
My wife has lived in 4 places her entire life.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. She grew up in the house she was born in, went to college, lived in a dorm for a year, moved into another house, lived there for about 8 or 10 years, and then we got married while she was in that house and now lives in our house.
Now that is a woman who does not move around a lot.
But
That's
insane.
insane.
she has packed it up, because she grew up in Chesapeake. So she has done the big
Move from your hometown type
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. Yeah, that part's hard. My parents will still be here, and some other aunts and uncles and such. But
what's it, a 6-7 hour drive, something like that?
it's 6 on the nose pretty much.
Yeah, I've done
That's
it for
not
work.
too bad.
It's about 6 even.
That's doable.
It is doable.
I mean, I'm doing it tomorrow for work.
Oh, really?
So yeah, 6 hours. That's from here to Pittsburgh tomorrow. So it should be an interesting week.
Good times.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it.
All by yourself, too.
You're so jazzed.
Yeah, I'm pretty psyched. I just charge up the trucker headset and take work calls the whole time.
Nice.
Or put on Inside the Pallet House.
No, that's only going to get me an hour and a half for 6 hours. I'd have to go back and
Go through the library.
I'd have to go back to the Pat days.
Oh, man.
You don't want to do that.
Been watching Birds a lot recently. Surprisingly, that actually drew up a memory in my mind of a anyway. You guys are ruining the story.
Wow, I just had a flashback, man.
Well, I do miss Pat. We're gonna have to bring him back now that you're gone.
I wish you would.
Man,
The fans want it.
he said that he was tending bar on Monday nights. That's what always messed us up, and he's quitting that job. So
Really?
yeah, so we got
Okay.
a fighting chance at the downgrade. I mean upgrade. Sorry, Pat.
See what you did there.
Well, Pat's gonna have to step his game up now that we are one of the number one podcasts in Richmond.
Yeah.
I've heard that. He's better
Yeah.
study his statistics.
That's right.
We got we read an article the other day. Someone sent us an article, and it was on richmond.com.
Yeah.
And they had a list of like the best local podcasts, and we were right
We
there.
made the list.
Yeah, for best sports podcast.
Yeah.
What? Are they even paying attention at all? Like, I go out of my way. We talk sports leading up to the show.
Yeah.
We talk sports after the show. We
We-
try very hard to avoid sports
And when we talk
during.
sports, it's pretty much like a reference to us. Like it's
Well, revolving around the cooking and the barbecuing
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
drinking
yeah.
and the
And we talk sports, but not like, is Tom Brady going to have a big year?
no.
Right, exactly. There's
We're not like
I don't
Las
come here for
Vegas took a hit this weekend.
We're not like, what's Mike Trout's war? You know, like
Yeah, if you go to ITPH for your fantasy updates, you are totally screwed.
I can give everybody a pretty safe bet. I saw that Vegas did screw something up. So there's a futures bet.
yeah, we talk betting. That's for sure.
We do talk betting.
Yeah.
Well, that's the kind of sports I like. Degenerate sports.
We did talk about my trip to a Nats game. Maybe that counts in the sports world.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just didn't talk about how Bryce Harper did
Yeah,
during
we
the
didn't talk
game.
anything about the score or any of that.
But I saw the NBA futures came out this past week,
Okay.
and the Chicago Bulls last year won like 27 games or something. They did not have a very good season.
Ooh.
Well, this year they put the over-under on the Bulls' wins at 28. And the Bulls had like multiple people injured. Now they just picked up Jabari Parker. They've got a couple rookies that look amazing. This dude, Markkanen, is killing it. If we don't win 28 games, I'll be a horse's ass. There is no way we don't cover
You
that
gonna
over.
put your money where your mouth
I
is?
would defer to Kennedy. He's the Chicago expert as far
I
as,
defer to Kennedy. Nothing related to sports when it has anything to do with one of the 47 fucking places he calls home. And he's a huge homer, and that is his shit. Now, you're trying to tell me you know more than the Vegas bookies. I'm going to say no.
Mark my words, and anyone who's out there, if you have access to some kind of a way to bet on futures,
I hope you do that.
I'm going to. I'm
Okay.
going to put a big bet down because I would feel much better about a big bet that lasts all season. You know?
Yeah, then
And
one.
The Bulls last year intentionally at the halfway point benched all their starters and threw the rest of the season and basically
that.
got to the same win total. So Vegas screwed this one up. I don't usually see a lot of like locks out there. That's a lock.
How does over-under betting – that's just like a one-for-one, right? Like,
They just have to win more than 28
but
games.
I know, but
and you'll get-
there's no percentage. Like
Oh, they'll. So when it first came out, it was like $1 for dollar, give or
Uh-huh.
take. Now it's already at like negative 120. So you're getting like 80 cents on the dollar.
okay.
I don't care. I'm gonna put money on it,
All right.
and I think everybody
can't wait to
should.
watch.
Yeah, I feel like 20-some wins for the Bulls is an anomaly as well. I mean, they're at least consistent if they're not great, like
Yeah.
back in the day.
Well, doesn't
but
everybody win 20 games in the league anyway?
I mean, we were trying to get to the lottery, so we tanked
Like, what was the worst team's record last year?
like low 20s.
Yeah.
They got us at 28. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
We're covering that.
yeah.
I think that's honestly a solid bet.
Well, that's like they're saying, LeBron and the Lakers aren't going to do well. And I'm sorry. Like, I don't care who that guy's on, what team he's on. Like, he's going to make the playoffs. Like,
That's another thing. So they just left the East, right? Look at us talking sports. They just left the East.
Yeah.
So And the East just got a little bit easier. Now you
Yeah.
got one team in the East worth of crap, and that's the Celtics. They're not even in the Bulls division, so I'm not going to have to. This is a lock.
That's true with the Bulls being in the East. Yeah.
This is
Oh, yeah.
is a series. I never see like errors on that stuff. Usually you're like, yep, makes sense. I'm looking at it. I'm like, nah,
Doesn't
that's
add up. Yeah.
that's not right.
Yeah.
They say we're going to win 2 more games when we're not tanking. We've gone out. We've taken players, good players through the
You're
draft.
trying to improve. You would think you would improve, 2 games or whatever?
More than 2 games. That's all I'm saying. More than 2 games is all I'm asking out of the guys.
Yeah.
And that's with starters all season.
Exactly.
And we got guys coming back from injury and stuff that were injured all last year. I'm like, yes. yes. This is fantastic news. So that's my financial advice to the listeners out there.
Yeah, the
not
Bulls.
sports.
The Bulls came in 13th out of 15th last year. They were 27 and 55.
Boom.
And who was below them?
The Magic and the Hawks, and they both had 25 and 24 wins respectively. So even the worst teams in the West had 21 and 22 wins. So you're basically let's just say you're guaranteed 22 wins,
Right.
23 wins.
So it's not that much of a stretch,
No.
you know.
And with LeBron gone,
That makes it easier in the East, you know.
seems like a sure bet. I mean, I'm not going to bet on it, but I know a homer like Brendan will.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm betting on it. I'm fired up, man. I'm excited about it. So I wonder if who has legalized sports betting now? I know Jersey did. I know
Yeah.
Vegas
Yeah.
does. Did someone else? Did Delaware jump in on this action?
I know Delaware.
I'm not sure.
I know you can gamble in Delaware, but I don't know if you can sports gamble.
I mean, I'm going north this weekend, so
Get it in.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
Swing
get it in.
by AC.
I mean, how much do you think you have to put down on something to make it a reasonable, like, excited all year?
For me, not much at all because I'm not a big gambler.
How many NBA games and how many dollars would you put on one game? Multiply it.
Boy,
Well, that's crazy. You
number
might
went
put
up.
100 on a game, but would you put 8,200 on a?
Some people will.
I mean, is 500 a ridiculous amount of money to put down on an over? That's a full season bet. It's a lot of money.
But only to make 400. That seems like, or whatever the number.
How many games are in NBA season? Like 80?
82.
82.
Come on. It's
The way I look at gambling is how
$5
much
a game. No.
How much are you willing on losing?
100.
500?
No,
Yeah,
no, but I'm not
exactly.
going to lose.
Okay.
Like, I'm looking at it like
You
it's
sound like a degenerate gambler.
Yeah.
I haven't placed a bet since a couple years ago when I put a bunch of money on the Cubs to win the World Series, and they won the damn World Series.
Hey.
So I felt pretty good about that.
And Chicago.
Did you do that before the season?
Yeah, before the season started, I just happened to be in
But they were
Vegas.
probably favorites, right? That was the year
They
they
were, but
favorite-
it still paid out a ridiculous amount of money because that's to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they pay a lot more than an over-under is basically just this is how much I'm willing to spend. That's how
Yeah.
much you're willing to pay me. Now, when you do a futures like that to win the championship, you get paid.
Then I would at least match whatever you bet there.
Was it like 10 to 1, 20 to 1?
I bet $50 there and made like 300.
Nice.
Okay.
So
So whatever would make you that.
$500.
There you go.
It's a $500 bet.
Yeah, probably.
400, 5. Nah,
I think any more than that, you'd
250?
be really angry if it didn't happen.
well, the money already leaves. I mean, that's the screwed up thing. When you place a bet like that, they
Oh,
take,
yeah, that's true.
They
Yeah.
take your
it.
money.
They hold it. Yeah.
So I need to come into $500 between now and this weekend. That's easy.
Yeah. We'll
Yeah,
find
it-
some this weekend.
Hey, everybody. It's $1 an episode now.
You know what you can do? You
Get
can get on
me there.
Craigslist.
Dude,
Sell something.
no. I'm so frustrated with Craigslist right now, man.
I didn't know people still use Craigslist. The past few things I've bought and sold have been off that Facebook Marketplace, and I've had good experiences.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And
Oh,
that's
yeah.
like actually selling stuff or just like free stuff? Like how do you
Selling stuff, you just push a button on your Facebook page, and it's like it keeps it localized, and you can like see the people, because they have Facebook pages, and it's just more.
See, that's the
legit.
part that kind of creeps me out. I don't know if I want people seeing me, but maybe they feel better.
Well, don't you want to see them?
I guess there's that. Yeah, because I just sold like my mower on Craigslist because I'm moving.
Which one? Didn't you sell the big one a while ago?
Oh, yeah, I sold the one for my business a long time ago. A guy actually drove down from Ohio with a wad of cash in his pocket.
I love people from Ohio with wads of cash.
Yeah, lots of it. So it's good.
What mower would you sell?
My electric
Push mower?
commercial electric mower. Yeah. I haven't sold the push one. No, this was like a ride on.
So you had, the big one you sold was a ride on electric commercial.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you had multiple ride on electric.
No, I had one ride on and one push.
Okay.
But this one was just your standard, like, lawn tractor.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I bought
like
it.
a 42-inch or something?
Yeah, 46-inch. And, so I put the ad out there and I was all happy. I was like, I was thinking, $600. Guy said, okay, $550. I'm like, all right, that's cool.
I like that. That's just I expect them to bring you down a little, but that's a reasonable amount.
Right, that's respectable.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not insulting me or anything.
They're
not
not
like 200.
300, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I didn't think anything of it, and I was like, yeah, that'll work. And then they responded back. It's like, hey, just give me your number and your address. I'm like, okay. So
That's the moment. That's the moment.
that's
where
the
you're
moment.
committed.
So I'm making a commitment. I put my number and the address in there, and I'm like, okay, cool. So then I'm scrolling through my emails later that night, and I see the name. You know how the name of the person who sends you the email is right there.
Yeah, it comes through.
Yeah. The name was Bubba Glitter. And I was
Oh, Bubba Glitter.
I was like, Bubba Glitter. I just gave Bubba Glitter.
Was Bubba
my
Glitter like
address
the
and
name or
my phone.
the email address?
No, that was the name.
So it wasn't like Bubba Glitter at Yahoo. It
No,
was,
no. Well, they didn't sign their name when they said, yeah, we're going to come to
All right,
pick
I
it up.
can't tell what I'm dealing with here. Bubba Glitter, is this either a...
Yeah, what's your first reaction? I'll tell you mine.
My initial reaction is one of two, actually. I have two different images in my mind.
Okay.
One of them is like Big Gay Al from South Park,
Yeah.
but like more
Like a white trashy
more
version?
rednecky. Yeah.
Yes, that's
So you get like this big hunkin', gay guy who's
Yeah.
like, oh, I do like to hunt.
Yeah, that too.
exactly.
So like that's Bubba Glitter because he's like the most flamboyant redneck
Yeah.
I'm
in the trailer park.
fan.
Or it's a stripper who works at like a deer
Fish
hunting,
fries.
a deer hunting,
Fish fries.
park. Yeah, exactly. Like she just sets up a tent
Yeah.
at like
I
at
show
the,
'em to you
the,
for a
the
dollar.
the
At
tractor
a field.
pole.
Yeah, at a field
Yeah.
party.
Like this tractor pole would be better if there were strippers. Well, Bubba Glitter's
Bubba
back
Glitter.
there. What? Not
She
Bubba
was here
Glitter,
last
Bubba
year.
Glitter. She's getting old, but she can dance. I mean, that's it. And either way, Bubba Glitter is heavy set regardless of.
Either way,
And it's not a normal name, so
And either way, likes dudes.
Exactly.
Like male or female, likes
and
dudes.
either way, shouldn't be in the market for an electric riding lawnmower, right?
well, this one is
Yeah,
gas powered.
this-
Oh,
Thankfully.
okay. This is okay.
That explains the Bubba. Because
Yeah.
Glitter would have gotten the electric.
Because I was like, no, you're okay. That makes more
So
sense.
I'm
I need horsepower.
So of course, immediately after this, I'm googling like Craigslist scams, because I'm in the
Yeah.
back of my mind, I'm thinking of Kidney and Dan, the shoe shine man, and I'm thinking of the
Oh, yeah, the scams are abound.
Yes, this guy has been scammed. Let's just say a few times.
Yeah.
I'm good at getting scammed.
Yeah.
Well, because now it's like this person knows I have a riding lawnmower and knows my address.
Knows my address. So now
Yeah,
they,
so I'm like,
now all I
great.
gotta do is swing by and snatch it
Well,
up.
I'm thinking,
there's a dead body, but there's a trail of glitter.
That's right.
I think we can.
Bubba Glitter strikes again.
that's his calling card.
Looks like those are probably 35-inch mud tires I can
Yep.
see and glitter everywhere. Guys, I think we got a Bubba Glitter.
Yeah. So.
Wee, wee, wee.
So anyway, yeah. So I was kind of freaking out there for a moment, and thankfully the next day I was like, I responded back. I was like, "Are you still coming for this,
Mr.
mower?
Glitter?
Mr. Glitter? Are you
Or Mrs.
or Mrs.?" So thankfully, it all went well. But initially, this old pickup truck just starts coming down my driveway, and
Of course.
and this large black woman is driving. I'm like, is that Bubba Glitter? I'll be
Okay,
damned.
so my second was right.
But
No,
she
no.
had her
Not
husband,
really.
and she had like her 29-year-old son in the back. He was Bubba Glitter.
Oh, the 29-year-old. So my first impression was
Yeah.
right.
and his wife made up the name. Like, you know, like
this
those,
I'm so
you know, like you
confused.
make up your porn name, you know, with the street
Okay.
address. I think it was one of those
Or
scenarios.
was it one of those like shared accounts where it's like he's Bubba, I'm Glitter, so we're Bubba Glitter together?
Maybe
Can
it
people
is.
stop using stupid ass email
Yeah.
handles?
Yeah, that's a good point, man.
It shows up on your resume, you know.
Yep.
Big Dog 42069. Oh,
Yeah,
smart.
yeah.
Good choice.
I don't think Mr. Glitter is
Yeah.
is our kind of material.
It's so
Exactly.
ridiculous, man. Like,
Oh, I'm an IT specialist.
Yeah.
No, you're not. Hotcakes
Yeah.
46.
Yeah.
You're out.
420 all day, you're not going to get hired here.
Yeah, you're good. You know
Yeah.
we know we're drug testing.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yayo 420. Hey, all right, buddy. Piss in the cup. Hey, Trackmark 69.
Yeah.
I don't think this is going to be for
Yeah.
you.
Crank nose 27.
Yeah.
Higher on meth
Yeah.
than you. At Gmail. Holler.
I love nose candy. 14. Like, you need to step in this other room. We're going to need to put your hands behind your back. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Is your daughter home at AOL?
Yeah.
What? No, dude. Get out of here.
Well, did you say you had a Craigslist story? or
Dude,
no?
I'm so done with Craigslist right now. I guess I don't mind Craigslist as much if you're paying for stuff. But my problem's been free stuff.
You
on
want free
Craigslist.
stuff?
No, I've been giving
in
away
the free
stuff.
section.
I've been giving stuff away, like trying to just. It costs me $7 to take shit to the dump.
Yes.
It costs me
And your time.
7 days if I just want to get rid of it for free on Craigslist. I found like I got 2 new couches out here, as you guys can see.
Yeah.
The room now smells rich of leather.
Mahogany and leather.
Maybe not. Maybe it just smells like
Leather.
It actually did. When I walked in, I was like, this place smells different.
nice. See, I like that. So I had the 2 couches that have been here since.
The two freebie couches you've had for years.
Yes, and these couches I paid for, but I got a good deal, so I'm okay with it. Like it was through a friend.
Yeah.
That was a whole nother. I won't even talk about that. That was an experience. But I put the 2 couches on Craigslist for free. Like, come and get them. Took the pictures.
So that should be like immediate gone.
You would think, and it's been raining. You know what? For 3 months
Jesus.
now on the East Coast.
Pouring right now.
So I went ahead and put these bad boys on Craigslist and thought, okay, this should be fairly easy. And I put them on right away. And then I immediately had to leave for work to Atlanta. So the next day I'm getting on a plane and this lady hits me up and she's like, I'm in. I'll take them. Like, I want them. And she's like, the timing is perfect because I'm moving. So, I'll have the moving van.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's perfect. She's like, but I need to come get them, tomorrow. And I'm like, well, I'm out of town. Can you do it Thursday? She's like, no, I got the van. Can we do it tomorrow? So I call my mother-in-law because she's here. It's her birthday on the day that this woman wants to pick these things up. And this lady's like, yeah, I'll be there. And I was like, well, look, my mother-in-law has a window, 1 to 3. You got to be there in that. She's like, no problem. I will be there.
She's moving. She is off all day. There's no
no issues, right? So then she's like, all right, what's your address? And that's it. That's that moment of truth where you're like, do I trust him? Because I'd already gotten two emails prior to her that were like, yo, where the couch is at? And I'm like, they're not for you. Like, I don't want to deal with you already because you haven't asked it where the couch is at.
You're not even speaking in complete English sentences.
Yeah. The other one's like, it's like using like the 4. Like, it's 3 words and one of them's a number. And I'm like,
For sale.
yeah.
I know that like texting and,
It's
tweeting
fine,
and
but
all
just
this
say it in a complete sentence.
I don't even in texting. It's not like there's a limited number of, spaces you can use. I type out 4. I type out these words. I don't act. I mean,
There's no character restriction.
no, like it's crazy. Like, who speaks like that?
I just want people to know that I'm serious.
Yeah.
And I feel like that helps. Just show that I'm interested. Hello, I saw your couches on Craigslist.
Yes.
I'm available to pick them up tomorrow. Would that work for you?
And by the way,
yes.
when someone's giving you something, you have to go out of your way to help them. It's not the other way around. They don't owe you anything. They're already giving you
Can you deliver
something.
it for free?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
I'm only free between 8:15 and 8:25 p.m., blah,
I'll be
blah,
there at
yeah.
8:15 then. And so I was like,
No, usually it's the person who's getting it for free wants to give you their best times.
oh, yes, be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3:30 in the a.m.?
Yeah,
I'll be there.
exactly, yeah.
That sounds perfect. I'll meet you in a dark alley.
Yeah, I work the third shift, and I get off at 5 in the morning. Can you No, I cannot.
Free $100 bill. Come
Yeah.
get it. Oh, you're going to have to come to me, sir. Jackass.
Yeah.
But so I was like, all right, I'm committed. I'm giving this lady my address. Here we go. She's coming on my mother-in-law's birthday. My mother-in-law is nice enough to come back to the house, give this woman the window, and then she's got to get out to get back up to D.C. Like, it's a big thing.
Yeah.
And it's her birthday. I mean, come on.
She don't want to be dealing with this.
And so I told the lady, I said, look, as long as you're here at this time, it's all good. One word response.
Let me guess. Went off without a hitch. She was there at 105.
Perfect. As you can
Crushed
imagine.
it. Yeah.
I'm sitting
Sorry
there.
to ruin your story because
I'm sitting there in a meeting in Atlanta, and my phone's like bang, bang, bang in my bag, and I'm like,
He said Atlanta, just in case you missed that. Like multiple states and hours away.
yeah,
Like,
I can't help, and she's
Yeah.
aware that I'm gone because I was like, I can't help you move the couch if you do this. My mother-in-law will be there, but
Hey, she's got a moving truck and probably strong people to help her. So
So I check my messages, and it's my mother-in-law at like 3:30. Like, there's nobody here. Like, I gotta go. And so when I finally check, I'm like, go, just go. Like,
Yeah.
you're all good. I'm sorry. That's my bad. This
are they outside? Where are they sitting?
one of them's outside, one of them's in the garage. So I do need someone to open it. And so I wrote the lady back, and I'm like, hey,
Thanks for nothing, you stupid.
You didn't show up. My mother-in-law has left, so you can no longer come and get the couches, just a heads up. And then she writes back instantly, like, so sorry, I'll come get them tomorrow. And I'm like, I don't respond.
Yeah.
Minute later, boom. Is tomorrow okay? Minute later, see you tomorrow. I'm like, oh,
aggressive, aren't we?
aggressive as shit.
And she has your address.
And she has my address. 3 emails, 3 minutes.
Of course, she couldn't send out any between the hours of 1 and 3.
No
Like,
mention.
How about 2:30? Hey, I'm not gonna make it.
So I write her back. I'm like, you know what? That's fine. I come home tonight. I'm working from home tomorrow. Here's my schedule. Gave her my whole schedule. Like, so I can't do it these times. She's like, no problem. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, neither was today at 1 to 3 was no problem.
The day just comes and goes, and I'm sitting here like an asshole. And I'm like, what the fuck?
What's in it for these people? That's what I don't understand.
That's what I don't get. I hate this shit. So now I've wasted my mother-in-law's time, my time. No one shows up. I'm getting hit up by other people.
Who could have gotten it by now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So finally I hit this. I start going back through, and there is one guy who was like, man, I need these for my man cave. This would be perfect. And I'm like, all right, this sounds like the guy. But then I write him back. I'm like, yeah, I'm in. And he writes me back this like long ass email. So now I've got the other guy. Like before it's like,
Yeah.
Too brief. Yeah.
where they at?
Yeah.
To now he's like,
You got a novel.
now he's like, once I put these in my man room and I teach them how to talk, the stories they tell, I will sell to Quentin Tarantino and split the royalties with you because our 2 man rooms have stories for days.
That is
I like
kind of
this guy.
hilarious.
I like this guy.
Well, that's the thing. I was like, you're psycho, but I like the cut of your jib.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, all right, I'll see you tomorrow, between these hours.
Right.
No show.
Dude,
Motherfucker, you're supposed to be the cool one,
you're supposed to make me all this Quentin Tarantino money.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
So then I hit him up. I'm like, well, you didn't come. And he's like, oh, man, my trailer got messed up. All these things, hemming and hawing.
Once again, things you could have texted me, emailed me. Like, why is there tons of communication on the front end, none when it puts my ass out?
Yeah, he writes me a novel
Yeah.
about selling the rights to the couch stories. And then he just goes dark on me. So I write him back. I'm like, dude, are you still coming? Like, what the heck? So then no response. So I reach out to another guy. And I'm like, all right, dude, you're up. Like, now it's your turn. Out of nowhere, this guy hits me back. He's like, sorry, man. Like, ran into trouble. I'll be there in a little bit.
Uh-oh.
He's like, got to go to dinner. I was like, okay, go to dinner. This dude shows up at my house at 11 o'clock at night.
He's a late eater.
What? And you're a late night guy.
Yeah, so I'm sitting here drinking beers, like doing my own thing, like, and he shows up at 11 o'clock. I'm like, all right. Then he shows up and never shuts the fuck up. Stands in my driveway telling me stories about all kinds of places he's lived and his family history and all this stuff.
God.
I'm like, what is happening right now?
Was
So-
he getting the couches?
Yes, he did take the couches.
Okay.
He threw them in a short bed pickup, 2 massive couches,
Just
and
stacked on
I
top
got
of
rid
each
of an
other?
IKEA chair while I was here. I was like, hey,
Oh, is that where the red chair went?
yeah.
Oh, damn.
I was like, hey, you want another chair? He's like, oh, my God, that'd be so great because I told my wife I was coming to get a microwave. He's like, so I'm already a dead man when I come home with these. He's like, but she'll love that chair. You may have just saved my ass. But it took us from 11 till midnight in the rain because he keeps telling me stories. And I'm like, this is unbelievable. Like,
So
I'm
it didn't go to the guy, because you had told me about the guy with the awesome email. So it ended up not going to that
No, it
guy.
did go to the Tarantino guy. The other guy ended up not writing me back,
Oh,
even though
okay,
he was
okay.
all hot and bothered about it. But then he flaked on me too. Thank God, 'cause I no longer had couches.
Well, the good thing is you saved $7 in an hour of your time.
Yeah, by wasting 4 or 5 days, and then
Was
I
it the
had
dump fee?
and then I had
$7
to hump
to go to the
couches.
dump, and then we're about 20 minutes from the dump. So 20 minutes there, 10, 20 to unload, and 20 back. So yeah,
And then you're
$7.
giving random strangers your address
Yeah.
on top of it.
And that's the thing. 3 different people have my address now that I don't want to have my address.
Well, it's not just about, for me, I can't speak for you. It's not just about the money and the time. Like, they were couches. They were still usable and could go somewhere. And I just hate trashing stuff
right,
like that.
you're trying to
Like,
give it a good home. You're like, you
Yeah.
don't want to just
That's the
throw
thing.
it away.
Yeah.
They were good couches. Like, I just didn't want to throw them out.
That's some miles yet to be driven on this.
Exactly.
But when they're sitting in the driveway underneath a tarp,
Yeah.
it's not a good look for the neighborhood. No one wants to see that shit. And it was there for 5 days sitting outside.
You should have taken the tarp off.
It was raining the whole time.
We should have just done like King of the Hill, and we should have moved out to the curb and just hung out there.
And done the podcast.
I did that the last time I got a new couch. I sat on the couch for over a week doing the same thing because Craigslist people kept flaking on me.
Yeah.
So there was one night, I'm not kidding, I sat in my driveway and drank beer on the couch.
That's awesome.
I didn't know what else to do. I was like, well, someone's got to use it. But I'm just so sick and tired of the way people on Craigslist just don't care.
No.
They're just, and it gives you that glimpse into the reality that people suck.
Now, if I see something for free, like, I'm stopping what I'm doing at that point because my mentality is that's going to be gone here immediately if I don't get there. Like, I'm probably racing another person to the address.
Oh, if you see something
Yeah.
advertises free?
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
like if I saw those couches and I wanted them, I would have been like, all right, I'm calling in sick tomorrow. You know, like
yeah, making a game plan.
Yeah, like
Gotta get 'em.
You got to think other people are going to want these things, right?
I mean, those were 2 leather couches without a single tear, not
Yeah.
a one. I mean, yeah, they were old, but I mean,
perfect for a
broken
garage,
in.
perfect for a man room.
perfect for that. And I even put that
Yeah.
in the ad. I said, these couches have been in a bar, my bar,
Yeah,
and they're perfect for your bar.
yeah.
And then you said, the stories they will tell.
And he said, oh, my God, I've got a serum that makes couches talk.
Yes.
You and I are going to be so rich.
Have you heard back from this guy? Are y'all like BFFs now?
No, I haven't, but
He's just going to
Sounds
show
like
up on
the-
his doorstep.
He sounds like
one
the type of
day.
guy that would be like, "Hey man, couches are doing great. We've already had 4 stories. It's I'll have to fill you in later. I'll come back over."
I could see him coming to his doorstep
Yeah.
and ringing the doorbell. Hey, man, I finished the man room. I
You
got
wanna
the
see-
couches in there.
You want to see pictures of your couches?
he was asking me weird questions like, do they like tequila? I was like,
Oh my god!
I was like, this one does.
yeah, obviously, look at it.
Yeah, this one does. This one hates it.
Yeah,
The bad night. You'll get the story later when they talk.
many times has this one been fucked on?
oh yeah.
0, unfortunately. At least in my tenure.
You mean with 2 people?
Oh,
0.
Ding.
Yeah, if you just leave it at that. Plenty. Plenty.
Don't blacklight that thing. That's all I gotta say.
I blacklit it. Nothing happened. Yeah, that's about right, unfortunately. I am a loser.
Yeah, Craigslist is it's a different world out there.
It's a weird place.
You just gotta, proceed with caution. I guess is the best way.
There's basically two stories whenever I deal with anything on Craigslist. It's worked wonderful, great experience, no issues, and then the opposite of that, like the complete total opposite, like what Brendan just said. Like there's no in between. It's either
it's a great experience or your ass is getting scammed.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I picked up a fridge for my wife the other day, and she's in HR, so probably just that'll be relevant shortly. And I get this back, and it's like, yeah, we'll put it outside if you just show up in the morning. Easy enough. I don't even have to communicate with the person.
Yeah.
I go over there, 10 in the morning, and get there. There's no mini fridge sitting outside. I'm like, damn it. Now I got to knock on this door.
Yeah.
So then I get to the door, and there's a sign on it, and it says, do not ring the doorbell or knock, baby sleeping. Like, well, that kind of sounds like your problem because you told me it would be outside, but it's not. So I'm like,
the softest knock.
softest knock ever. And then this dude comes to the door, and he's looking at me like, what? I'm like, I'm supposed to be picking up a couch in the AM. It's 10 a.m.
Fridge.
Yeah, fridge, mini fridge here. And he's like, oh, yeah, man, my bad. I totally forgot about that. And I'm like,
Uh-oh.
okay, well, can I get the mini fridge? And he's like, yeah, let me get that, man. And so he opens up the garage door. Man, I opened this fridge. This dude had been storing pounds of pot in that thing for decades.
Wait, smell it, or a dead skunk.
If it was a dead skunk, it was a high-end skunk.
Nice.
There's no doubt about that. So I'm like, oh, my God, my wife just got
A weed fridge.
this weed fridge. And
For
it's
her work.
And the funny thing is, it's totally ironic stickers. It said, there's a big sticker on the front. It said, Jerry's dead, fish sucks. Get over it, hippie.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, okay, this guy doesn't add up at all.
Yeah.
What the hell was this? But then it had a bunch of outdoor stickers and things,
Right,
Blue
right.
Ridge Outdoors and stuff. But it clearly just reeked of dope. Reeked. And I
Wow.
was like, honey, I got your fridge.
Yeah. Congrats. You're fired.
Yeah, you're going to be fired. I was like, so you got to take a lot of stickers off that are highly inappropriate for HR, and it definitely has been storing pot for the last 10 years. And she's like, oh, it's not that bad. I was like, okay, check it out. I'm not bringing it in the house. It's that bad.
Yeah. So how'd it go?
I got it. It's just another thing.
But
where,
did she get the smell out of there? How do you get smell out of a fridge?
we left it, spray it down and then leave it open.
Yeah, just
you
let
know
it
what I mean?
dry
Just
out.
just let it eat through
Air out.
a decade worth
Put
of
some
dope
baking soda in
storage.
there.
We I totally forgot about this, but it was I don't know how, it was 3 weeks ago. My wife wanted a new desk for our guest room because I work at the house now, and I'm setting up on the table that the kids eat on, and then something just doesn't work sometimes. So she's like, let's find a desk to put in the guest room. And I was like, okay. She found one of those old antique desks with the little flip down front, and you can kind of store stuff in it. And it was $30, which we were like, hell, for $30.
Perfect.
Even if we don't like it, once we get it, it's
fun to burn.
$30.
Figure
yeah.
something out.
So it was out in the West End. She emailed the lady. She's like, okay, come and get it this afternoon. It'll be sitting out. Leave the money in the mailbox.
Wow, trusting.
It's 5:30 at night, or no, it was 6:30 at night. I'm like, huh? I wonder. I guess they won't be home, or I don't know. That's weird. Why would you leave it out, and why wouldn't you want to interact? I don't know. But like you said, trusting someone else could grab it, or I could
Extremely.
just grab it.
And just not
Yeah.
leave the money and be like, hey, I went by and it wasn't there.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
You know?
So we pull up, and it's it's an average size house in an average size neighborhood with average size driveway. It's kind of about the length of your driveway, and it's sitting in the middle of the driveway. All the cars are parked on the street, and it's just sitting in the middle of the driveway. And I'm like, I guess that's it. So park in front of the driveway. We walk up. We're looking at it. Get ready to lift it up. A dude walks from behind the house on the driveway side. He's carrying like a plate of meat, like he's been grilling out. And I wave at him like, hey, and he just waves at me and just goes in the side door. So I was like,
what's up?
I was like, I guess we know the answer. Like, they just didn't want to interact with us. Like, they didn't want to have to deal with anybody.
Which is fine if you do the outside. Like, I kind of get it.
I mean, to me, it was just weird.
But
Like,
that's a little odd.
yeah. So I was like, I guess that was the guy, and so we loaded up, threw the $30 in the mailbox, which to me was kind of weird because, I mean, I guess they're there. They can watch us leave and run back out, but like,
Be like, hey, man, I negotiated, but you weren't there.
Yeah.
It's 20 now.
I did think about that. Like,
you lost the negotiation.
You didn't counter, dude.
yeah,
I just got to assume that was good.
yeah. I realized I only had a $20 bill on me, and I threw it out there, and I didn't hear a no. So
I said, say no if this isn't cool. Nothing.
We good?
All right.
All right,
Cool. We're
see ya.
good.
But I was like, wow, that's weird. I mean,
You meet interesting people. In these
You really do,
transactions,
man.
I
But you just
swear,
think
dude.
everyone's going to be normal like you are.
Yeah, that's your general assumption.
yeah,
But nobody's
Rarely
normal.
right.
nobody's normal.
I think that we're the weirdos.
being normal is weird.
Well, no, I think that we're not normal. I think that normal people don't want to talk to you, would rather not interact, and will just screw you over. Is what I'm starting to, based on at least maybe the demo that's on Craigslist.
Could be.
Because this experience happens time and time
God,
again.
thank God I didn't sell anything on Backpage or something.
Yeah.
The only thing you sell there is your wife.
Oh, okay.
That's how Backpage
is,
works.
is that how it works?
Yeah, that's
Nobody's looking for
y'all-
lawnmowers on Backpage.
Do y'all remember
I
the-
figured Bubba Glitter would be there.
Do y'all remember the Trading Post?
yeah.
Yeah. Like the old
The
paper
magazine, yeah.
magazine, like
Yeah.
that you would have
It
to
starts my grill really well.
I sold a car on Craigslist a few years ago, and I put in there like it's got this problem, and
Yeah.
this problem. I'm selling it because I don't want to fix it all.
Yeah.
So I'm giving you a fantastic rate. So I think I sold it for I was asking like $3,000 or something, which was like $1,000 below Blue Book in like bad condition.
Yeah.
I was like, I just want it gone.
Right.
And I was like, firm, non-negotiable, cash.
Yeah.
Already given you a steal. This dude hits me up immediately. And he's like, I'm in. I want it. Got the money. I'll be there this afternoon. I was like, finally.
Yeah.
A Craigslist interaction.
It's going to work out.
That's going right. The dude shows up. He looks it over. He test drives it. He's like, yep, this thing is perfect. He pulls out, hands me $2,000. I'm like, the ad says $3,000, non-negotiable.
Yeah.
We're just trying to butter you up with cash, huh?
Yeah, I didn't even said I wanted cash. And he goes, oh man, as he pulls it out, he hands me the $2,000. He goes, man, I just looked at your ad again and I saw that it said
Oh,
non-negotiable. And he's like, but all I have is $2,000.
Thinking
So
once you touch
he's
that
taking
$2,000.
33% off the top
Yeah.
of what I'm asking. And I'm like, well, dude, it's no good. And he's like, man, look, my wife really wants this car. We don't have a lot of money. Like,
I'll give you a sob story.
I gotta
Yeah.
get this. She's been having to like walk to work, find rides with friends. It's affecting the family. He's like, I work.
That's fucked up to put
Do you think he
in
worked
that.
on that on the
Oh,
way?
yeah.
He gives
He
me
cooked
this
that shit up.
this huge story, and then he's like, look, man, I work at this gas station down here. I own like the kitchen spot in the back. I'm just trying to make ends meet. Like, this is all I have. I'm so sorry. I just didn't read the ad properly. He's like, but you would be doing my family a huge favor. My wife needs this car to work.
If
know.
you'd be doing my family a huge favor if you gave us $1,000.
Yeah. So he sob stories me to death, right? And
Wow.
he won't let off. And I'm like, and I know I'm cracking.
Yeah.
I'm like, motherfucker.
Because you are a softie. With
Yeah,
that shit.
but he's really hitting me hard with this. Like my this could change.
He's talking about his family.
Yeah,
and
like
his
this is
kids
going
and
to
his
change
wife
our
and-
lives. This is it. And he's like, I can work on the cars. I'm at this gas station. Like I can get this thing right where I need it. This is perfect for us. And he's like, I'll tell you what, I can go back to the shop. I got $100 in the register. I know that. I can go get that. It's like $2,100, the best I can do. And I'm like,
I bet you took it.
I'm like, fine, dude. You know what? For your wife, for your kids, get it done. I want it out of here. Go. He hauls ass. He comes back. He has the $2,100 now. Gives me the money. Drives away. And I'm like, well, that was $900 less than I wanted, which sucks. 3 days later, this fucking thing is for sale outside of the gas station for $4,000.
What a fucking piece of shit.
Oh, my God.
$4,000.
Wow. So he was giving you some truth. He did own a gas station.
That
and
is insane. This has happened to you twice.
No, there's the dude. You were the one who told me, hey, I just saw your car. I think it was you years ago.
it was. Okay. Okay, it was me.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Oh, okay,
And
yeah.
you go, dude, I swear your car is for sale down the way at this gas station out in the country. And I'm like, nah, man, it ain't at the Lucky's out in Powhatan, is it? And he's like, yeah, it's sitting out front of that for sale.
Shit.
$4,000. And I'm like,
what car was this?
it was an old Toyota Solara. And I was like, you're kidding me, right? And
Did you go down there?
yeah, and he had it sitting outside. He wasn't there that day, but it was sitting outside for sale for $4,000. I bet you that dude cleared $3,500 for it because I was, like I said, I had it below Blue Book because I was just trying to move it.
Yeah.
And he knew that was a steal. He gave me the ultimate sob story about his wife and kids, laid it on super thick. I bought in, sold him the car, and then the dude just turned around and flipped it and made some cash.
Wow.
Like, this motherfucker probably doesn't even have a wife. Probably got a
Yeah.
wife and kid tied up in his basement. Second shit.
You bastard.
What an asshole.
Jason. Twice that happened to you? What the fuck? You just blew my mind, man. What are the odds, dude? You know you fell for that same thing. Like,
You're such a dummy, man.
Second time's on you, dummy. Second time's on you.
Jason never picked up that I was telling the story he knew. He sat here hanging on every
Wow.
word.
I'm like, what? This is different. I swear it is.
Where's the difference? I know this story. Brendan, man, you are a sucker, bro.
You're an idiot, dude. I can't believe
Again,
you
man.
did that twice.
Oh, my God.
There's nothing to see here.
Oh, that
that's
kills
glorious.
me. I love that. Dude, that happened to you twice? Sorry, that is my favorite. That's going to be my favorite Jason drop. You got to get me that.
I'll get you a Jason drop.
You got to get me that. That happened to you twice?
That'd be a good drop just to have. So whenever anyone says something silly, you'd be like, that happened to you twice?
Oh, my God, I'm dying. I'm sure that doesn't translate to the listeners as well as it does for me right now, but that's like my favorite. It's my favorite moment of the year. Oh, my God.
That is awesome.
It was heartbreaking. But this is Craigslist,
So
man.
what are we selling now?
Nothing. The people on Craigslist. It's all I'm saying.
They're the worst.
We're 47 minutes into this episode. It's just been Craigslist.
And you
talk.
know people
I'm
like,
still in the process.
and you know people like do that with like smaller items too, where they're like, oh, this tchotchke's only $20. I'll buy it and sell it for $40. You know, like
all day. And this dude just played me front to back from the story of, oh my God, I just read the ad.
he probably just jumped the title too. He probably never even titled it. He just
guaranteed.
Yeah.
That's how the Miata, when I bought the Miata and I went to title it, they were like, this was last titled a year ago in Boston. I'm like, what?
wow.
Because it was been riding around for a long time
Right.
in Virginia. The dude just had dealer tags he would slap on it.
Yep.
Smart. Well done.
Illegal but smart.
But I mean, hey, why not? He's just flipping cars. I'm sure he made money on that deal. I know I've lost money on
I
it.
was gonna say.
There's a lot of money being made flipping cars. That's why they keep a tight rein
I have
on
a lot
it.
of friends who do it.
Yeah.
I was getting made fun of at a party this past weekend
No.
about the Miata, and they're like, it doesn't even run, bro. And then I realized that my buddy's soon-to-be wife, Alexis, she's a listener, and she's like, no, it's actually running fine $1,000 later. And I'm like, yes, you're a listener.
And you're not, dummy. Thanks.
Yeah, that's true. Her fiance. I know which side I'll be sitting on at the wedding.
Exactly. I'm with you.
Yeah, I will be sitting on her side. I'm with the bride.
Yeah, I'm with the bride.
But
Ride
I
or
love
die.
that. She just came right. No, actually, it is running. Came to my defense. I was like, thank you.
God, the people that listen to this, surprised me.
It's always
but
interesting.
Not nearly the people who don't.
So they're getting married soon, right?
Yeah, we've got his bachelor party this weekend. I'm pretty
Yeah,
excited
buddy.
about that. I'm pretty
First-
excited. In fact, we should
First at the soup kitchen,
That's right.
and then the homeless shelter. It's going to be a weekend of giving.
I'm really excited about the SPCA visit.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Can't wait to
and the orphanage.
sell
We're gonna
those
take
puppies.
we're gonna take the SPCA animals to the orphanage to cheer them up. You knew
I
that.
get it.
Yeah,
Hey, you guys want a puppy? Comes with a free boy.
It's a steal.
So, Troy, you got us something that this has been a beer that I have ignored for a long time. I'm very excited to try it.
Well, I knew Ely wasn't going to be here. I actually picked up another beer. It was a vanilla porter by
The Breckenridge?
Yes,
That's actually one of my favorite beers.
and I couldn't remember if we'd had it or not.
We haven't, but I can cast out of the bag. 4.
I thought I thought it would be awesome. I knew Ely wasn't going to be here, but I literally picked it up and took like 20 steps to the cash register. I was like, we've had a vanilla porter of sorts or something like it before. I know we have not had this.
No, this beer has been on the shelf every summer for the last 3 summers.
I've never seen it.
I've never bought it, so kind of
Well,
excited.
I don't know if it's probably like the blonde thing. Like I see New Belgium, I think this is a good beer.
I'm with you. New Belgium's one of
But
the
a
better
lot of
breweries.
times when I drink a New Belgium, I'm like, this is going to be good, and then I just think it's not Fat Tire, and I'm disappointed.
Really?
But they are a consistent brewery.
Yes.
They do a good job.
Yeah.
But this is the Tart-tastic fruit series. I don't know. So Tart-tastic strawberry lemon ale. Do we know what this is trying to be? Is this? I mean, obviously,
No.
a delightful combination of strawberry and lemon purees
A sweet
fills the
tart?
senses with an enticing balance of sweet and sour fruit.
Sweet tart. Right?
I would assume so. Huh. Okay.
Strawberry and lemon, I mean, it's an interesting combination.
We shall see.
It's a 4.2.
The Lord didn't grow them together for a reason, so they might suck.
It's a 4.2. It was about $10.50 for the 6-pack.
Smell it. Just before you drink it, take a big whiff of the nose. It's a
What do
bit
you
like
get more?
foot. It's got a lot of foot in there.
It doesn't
It just smells like beer to me. I don't know.
doesn't smell more strawberry or lemony.
That.
Foot.
Do you smell foot when you smell it?
I don't get it.
That's an interesting beer right there. I've had one sip.
But I like feet.
No.
Far too. That explains why you knew what Backpage was. That explains a lot. I was looking for a Bubba Glitter. Something about a foot rub.
For free?
Oh, so they're going sweet and sour, so they're thinking the good will cut the bad and vice versa.
I honestly don't know what to make of that beer. I'm very confused by that. That's not a sour beer. They called it a sour beer, but there's no.
Did they?
Well, they said sweet and sour, but do you have a sour?
No. I don't even like sours.
I've had one sip of this beer, and I'm going to need to have more, but I feel like this is another one of those cases where it's like they tell you what's in it, and then it doesn't jump out at you that that's what's in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I got a different vibe.
That's interesting. I'll give it that.
I definitely taste the strawberries, for sure. That's the first thing I noticed.
After the second sip, I can taste a hint of strawberry.
Yep.
But the lemon, I don't taste much. Maybe on the back end a little
Maybe
bit.
the lemon just knocks down the strawberry because it's not very strong.
Yeah, I feel like it,
All right, Jason, why don't you just go ahead? Because
All
it
right.
sounds like you're in there. What
All
do you
right,
got?
Yeah, I'm in there. Honestly, I'll go ahead and just say it's a refreshing beer, but it doesn't stay with you. It's like the flavor just disappears like halfway, like before you even swallow it. I feel like it's gone.
That's what she. Hold on.
Oh
what?
wait, I'll get that clip too. Yeah, it definitely tastes the strawberry. I taste the strawberry more on the front end, the lemon more on the back end. But then after after you're done with your sip, it kind of fades away. I guess I'm used to, it's not like IPA that lingers, with the hops and stuff.
It's not nearly as flavorful as I would have thought having both those
right. It's
fruits in it.
It's not over the top flavor. It's definitely mild. I'd say it's definitely mild.
Very mild.
Nothing really jumps out and
it does
kicks you in the
finish
mouth.
Very clean, like there's no aftertaste.
Yeah, it's not super fruity. I mean, it has pictures of strawberries and lemons on it. It's not super fruity to me.
It's not tart. It's just tart-tastic, and I've had a lot tartar beers in that.
Yeah, I kind of see what they were going for there with maybe like a lemon sweet tart kind of, but
seems weird to sell it as tart.
Where do you land on that, Jason? I'm intrigued.
I'm going to land around a 2.5. I'm going to say right in the middle because I would probably never buy this beer again. But if somebody handed it to me while we were hanging out in the summertime, I'd probably drink a couple, no problem.
You want next? You want me to go?
But I love New Belgium beers typically. This is probably my least favorite New Belgium I've had.
I'll go. Kind of mirroring what Jason said. It's really light. It's a 4.2, so it's not very alcoholic either. It's kind of under flavorful. I wish it were tartar. Honestly, I wish it had more flavor on it,
like more of a sourness.
Yeah, because I like sour beers. But you drink this and you get a mild hint of flavor, and then it washes away. It's gone.
Yeah,
and I know I complain about the hops that fucking linger in your mouth for 3 days.
But somewhere in between is kind of where you like, okay.
And I go down in the middle a lot. I don't like to do that, but I would go down the middle again on this, 2.5. It's not bad. It's not a bad beer.
No.
It's not undrinkable. It's refreshing, so that's a bonus. But like I said, I wouldn't go buy this. I wouldn't recommend this. Oh, guys, you got to go out and buy this, It's a microbrew with no alcohol in it and no flavor. Just drink Coors Light. Right. Just drink Bud Light. Like, you can get twice as many beers for this.
The label is trash.
I think I agree with everything you just said, except for one part of it. I think that beer is not an ale. They chose ale because there's nothing else to call it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think if they called it a lager, no one would buy it.
Yeah.
Right.
But an ale acts as if an ale tells me there's more flavor than this has.
Yeah.
Beer
it's more
flavor.
of a marketing play.
That's a lager, right?
Yeah.
Like if you had to guess, it's what I like about this is everything we've been drinking lately is sugary sweet.
Yeah.
When it comes to this style beer, there's no sugar there. Like that's very interesting. The way
it's interesting you say that because after I drink this, I don't feel like I'm packing on the pounds or the calories.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like with some of those other beers you're talking about.
Most of these foo-foo beers are full of sugar. I'm not picking up any extra sugar in there. When they say puree, if you think about that as you drink it, that is a strawberry puree.
Yeah.
That strawberry flavor right there is exactly what it would be in a smoothie.
Yeah, it's not a strawberry fruit roll-up. It's a...
Yeah, that's a real strawberry.
Right.
Like, that's an honest-to-God strawberry.
Yeah.
There is no lemon in there. Both of you mentioned it. There is no lemon in there. I wouldn't be surprised if there's salt in there because it's doing something on my tongue that bites, and it's like an effervescent bite, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not so bubbly like it's like a sparkling wine. It's not like that, but it feels like that on my tongue, which leads me to believe they added salt, and that's a trick they often do with gozas.
Yeah.
You add a little bit of salt and cut that sour. I think they added a hint of salt, and it has cut the sour. It doesn't say that, but I would be surprised if they didn't. I love the fact that I'm not feeling sweet. I love the fact that there's no sickening aftertaste. Yeah. It just goes right down. If you took the label off of this, so I didn't have to be standing there with something that was covered in strawberry.
I told you it's trash, right?
Yeah.
It's trash. This label,
Big Rich would agree.
absolute trash. Big Rich would agree. This is a beer that should only be drank in a koozie. That's a fact. Because if you ever see somebody with one of these in your hand, you'll smack the beer out of their hand.
Yeah.
This beer is more sparkle than Bubba.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Glitter.
More glitter.
There it is. More glitter than
You did a
Bubba.
Bubba
More glitter than
Sparks.
sparkle.
You did Bubba Sparks.
There it is.
I almost did that
you're
earlier.
absolutely right.
Bubba Sparkles.
I think you take everything and look at it holistically. I think it's a 3.5. I think that's actually a really good beer because it's not overly sweet.
Yeah.
That's what I like about it. It's got a strawberry flavor.
I mean, I would go up to a 3 in that it's a good tasting beer, but
like
to
you
me,
ever had a Sam cherry wheat?
to me, yes.
It's one of the worst beers
Yes.
ever made.
And when it came out, I was like, I love cherry. I love wheat.
Yeah.
Gonna kill it. And
Quite
it
literally
fucking-
one of the worst beers
Yeah.
ever made. This is everything Sam wished they'd done.
Yes.
Everything.
I just felt like I was sold a false bill of sale here. Like,
Oh, that's and that was Jason's point. The label is shit. It should not be called Tart-tastic. It should not have all this foo-foo crap on here.
Yeah.
They should make this a strawberry summer ale. Again, there's
Yeah.
ale because I don't know what else to call it.
yeah.
0 hops, 0 malt. There's nothing in there identifiable as beer. Hint of strawberry.
Yeah.
But real strawberry. For
That's
that
actually-
reason, 3.5.
Actually, that's true. Like, if you don't like beer, you might like this because it's not a beer taste.
It's not a beer.
Yeah, it's kind of more in that Abita Purple Haze kind of realm.
It's
a
actually
little
a
bit.
really, really good. Like if I was looking at houses, Purple Haze would be the comp for
Right,
this.
right.
Yeah.
Very much so. In
Not
fact,
as bubbly on the tongue as a Purple Haze, but yeah.
yeah. So if you like a Purple Haze, you're gonna love this beer.
Yeah.
I think that's actually the most accurate way to describe it. If you want to describe it with another beer,
Yeah. That's what it reminds me of the most, yeah.
Yeah, 2.5, 3.
yeah. But that's
It's so
the only
weird.
reason I'm giving it 3.5 is because I think that people who like fruity beers but are like I don't like all the sugar,
I mean,
should go out of their way to
It
try
is
this.
called tart
It's not tart. Well, maybe that's what that's salt.
tastic, which means like really tart, right? Isn't that how you would read that? Like tart-tastic means like fantastic and tart combined.
Yeah,
like
make
it's
you
gonna
kinda-
be like you're gonna
Like a
pucker.
Sour Patch Kid.
Yeah, you're gonna,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
And a
what I'm
Sour Patch Kid is what this looks like it's going to be. And
Right.
It's not.
Yeah.
I hate this label.
It's a
I cannot stand it. If they had an ogre on here and he was crushing a strawberry, I'd be like, hey, that's kind of cool looking.
Yeah.
And I would try it and go, hey, good job. But instead, it's this fucking awful
I guess
label.
it was one of you said strawberry puree, and that was exactly right.
But it's,
like,
it says it on the side, and only because of that did I pick up on what that was.
yeah,
It is what you taste in a smoothie when they add a little bit of strawberry.
yeah,
It's good. But I mean, it's not for me.
Yeah.
yeah.
But the only reason.
But 2.5 is good.
And I'm saying 3.5 because
Yeah.
people who like fruity beers
Right.
should absolutely go out of their way to get this because it's not sweet. Usually they just add sugar. They didn't do that.
And that's probably the most redeeming quality about it for me is that it's not overly sweet. And I feel like after I could probably drink 4 or 5 of these and feel like, wow, I haven't gained any weight.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
My favorite part about this beer is what it doesn't have.
yeah.
yeah.
You know, it doesn't have anything.
And it's 4.2, so I mean it's not.
That's part of what I
I mean,
mean.
last
what
night,
it doesn't
last
have.
week we had an 8.
Oh wow. Yeah.
I was at a party this past weekend, and I had this buddy who, well, he was definitely like the one saying the things that made the least sense. And he had a cooler full of hard IPAs, all 8%,
Yeah.
9%. And, you know, every beer he has, he's having 2 of what I'm having.
Yeah,
He handed me one of his, you know, like 16 ounce, 18 ounce, whatever the big cans are. And I drank one of those, and it changed my night.
yeah.
In one beer, I was like, uh-oh, I'm starting to talk like him. And you'll notice there's one extra one in here because he gave me another one, and I just brought it home
yeah.
because it was too much.
Man down.
I was at our pool had an adult pool party, no kids last Friday, and hanging out with a group of guys, and they were giving me shit about drinking Coors Light, and I was like, why do beer nerds fucking care what anyone else is drinking? Like, oh, only drink microbrews, like, blah, blah, like, what? Who cares? I care less about what anybody drinks. I don't understand it. Like, oh, you want to drink that super hoppy shit?
Beer
Have at it,
snobs get
dude.
mad, man.
Yeah, they're like offended that you don't like their over the top.
You're not woke, Troy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a fact. I wish Troy's license plate said not woke.
Not woke.
not woke.
Because that would be
I
fairly
guarantee you
accurate.
pull it up and it's already taken.
No, because why would you want to have not woke on your plate?
Because I want
It's hilarious.
the world to know I'm not woke.
Oh, Troy.
Do you want to be woke? Do you want to be woke?
I'm woke.
Oh yeah, that's right. You want to be 22 still.
I'm woke AF.
I mean, I can't be 22 every
You can't
year.
even fucking spell woke.
Oh, I probably could.
Probably not.
I'm willing to put more money on that than the Bulls over under if we want to put.
You might be able to spell woke as in how you know it, but I don't think you know how
Woke
they-
is not spelled W-O-K-E.
I don't know. This is the land.
He's not woke.
This is the land of B4, meaning B4, the number 4.
Just the letter B.
I don't understand
Yeah, the
how
letter
you
B,
can
the
have a
number 4.
phrase talking about how enlightened you are and how smart you are and misspell it. It's got to be woke, W-O-K-E. It's just got to be. Otherwise, it loses all credibility. Right?
No.
You ain't woke.
But, I mean, the definition is that you're aware and you understand. You're up to speed. You're woke.
I'm not a millennial. I don't know. You would know more than me.
Well, I am a millennial.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not.
Oh, wait, what?
I believe that there's like
He's just woke.
yeah, I believe depending on how woke you are, you can take years off.
Yeah.
So I'm probably so woke that I'm like 23.
Yeah.
I'm pretty woke, dude.
You are. I've always said that.
Bubba Glitter and I are woke as shit.
Woke AF. Woke AF.
GTFO, bro. You get it.
We're hip. We're cool.
Oh my god. I said GTFO like in a work setting the other day. It doesn't go over as well as you would think.
What?
You would think that the millennials would understand that
They
you're
didn't-
making
you
a
mean
joke.
They didn't know what you were.
They were like, "Oh, they knew what I was saying."
Oh, okay.
I'm just not. I wasn't woke enough
You
to
weren't
be
woke
using
enough
their
to-
language.
They're like, look at Grandpa over here.
Ew, he
trying
just
to-
ruined it.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll never say
Great.
that.
We can't say GTFO now.
Well, get the fuck out, GTFO.
Yeah. Tweet it out. So we'll bring it up at the next meeting. Grandpa said it.
What's this massive text about this old man saying GTFO? It's over. Oh,
That's awesome.
Dude, so I'm excited about this bachelor party this weekend.
I'm excited / worried. These guys are going to get this episode on Thursday, and we will be
I'm
When this
sad
episode-
I'm not going
packing
to be
up.
there.
Yeah, we're sad you won't be there.
When this episode is released,
I got a pregnant AF wife at home.
GTFO.
That's what he's telling that baby. GTFO.
Exactly.
No doubt. Trying to get my wife back to happy. Look, I can't argue with like pregnant women are like, I'm miserable. I'm like, yeah, you have a 9-pound parasite in your
Yeah.
stomach. Like I'd
Sucking
probably
your
be,
will to live out.
yeah, I'd be a little upset too. And your body is so down with this parasite that it's built a home.
Yeah.
And it's like it's doing all these things.
Kicking you every night.
Yeah, like the body's going, hey, would you like some nutrients, parasite? It's literally the least we could
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Like, I get it.
The body's like, I don't care about the living organism. That
I mean,
the,
think
the,
about
mi-
this.
The host organism. I want to take care of the parasite inside.
If you don't release a load for 5 days, your whole lower region goes into just pain mode, right? You're like absolutely like, oh my God, I've got to get this microscopic parasite out of me. You know, like it all hurts. Well, then you put your dirty parasite in them, which then unites with their dirty parasite. It becomes this whole thing. I understand that.
It's
that
just
must
like
be a pain.
Alien, just doesn't come out of the chest, man.
But I'm 5 days in, and I'm like, I'm in so much pain, and everybody can go fuck themselves.
Good point.
You know what I mean? And it's like, it's 9 months of a far worse parasite than my swollen testicles.
After watching both my children be born a few years ago, like, it still amazes me that, like, pre-1940, anyone was ever born and lived to tell the story. Like, how did it happen? How did it happen without hospitals, doctors, nurses,
Right.
all the technology, all the ultrasounds, all the, just all of that? Like, you're telling me thousands of years ago, we were knocking people up and people were being born, and it was just, okay, we're going with that.
Yeah, getting your wife pregnant was like 50-50 chance of murdering her.
Yeah, yeah.
It was,
Hey, I'm going to get you pregnant.
yeah. It was like a 9.
Well, I guess there was also no not getting her pregnant back then. There were no prophylactics. It's like,
Oh yeah, no, they're getting
Yeah.
pregnant, and it's like the world's slowest bullet.
Yeah.
You're like, well, I hope that doesn't kill you in 9 months.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's sketch.
It was mad sketchy, man. And what would you say? 33%, 50% of your kids.
Yeah, oh
You know,
yeah.
are
That's why you
gonna-
had 14 of them.
Gonna get
Exactly.
They could
scarlet
keep 8 of
Playing the
them.
odds,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, I played Oregon Trail. I know what's up.
Yeah. Down to dysentery.
Dysentery. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. You're right though, and like my very first child came out like it wanted to come out like ass first, and then came out with like its hand over its head. So they showed like I would have
Cord wrapped around his neck. Hey,
Yeah, I would have lost both of them.
Yeah.
On my very first shot, I would have been like, well, that was miserable.
Yeah.
That just shows you like that desire for a woman, for a lot of women to have kids. Like
Oh, it's strong.
in their DNA is like, I will die during birth just to have a child, which is intense. Like
but that's
99.9% of dudes would be like, I'm out.
Yeah. 1 month in, I'm aborting.
Yeah, exactly. I
we're
might
done.
die during this. I don't know about that.
that's how strong that is. Though,
Somebody
that
at
will
a
to-
party told me that I don't know if this is true or not, but a transsexual man was having a
Oh, they've
baby?
actually figured this out. You can put it in, and you can.
It was like a
create-
fake
you can
uterus or
create
something?
Yeah,
Is that
you
true?
can create a womb, and you can. The problem is that we can't
Out it.
deliver in the
Right,
traditional
it's
sense.
C-section,
It has to be
essentially.
C-section. But yes,
Well, once that dude gets woken
we can
up,
do this now.
It'll happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, if his penis was as woke as he was, that baby would come out just fine.
His penis was as
Oh, my
woke as a
God.
woman's vagina.
Holy shit.
I mean, I can't stand watching a hot dog split on the grill too much. I can only imagine.
No, I like it burned, but no.
Yeah, but don't split on the tip like that. Like it just. I start thinking about things.
His penis has a hair lip.
Nah, wait, but that's we have gotten there though. You can put a baby in a man.
Yeah.
You just can't deliver it naturally.
Yeah.
That's the next step though. But and you know what, dude? That dude's a man. The first dude that pushes it out, I'm going to go, no, I'm not even mad.
No,
You're a badass.
He's a woman because they get all the credit for going through that.
I
There's
mean,
no
that would
doubt.
be pretty. Dude, I have pisses that burn. And I'll be like, I wish this piss would end. I couldn't imagine. I get too dehydrated. I'm like, this is miserable.
I get sick and I'm laid up for like forever. I'm not a good patient.
No, I'm the worst patient. I'll be like, oh God, help me. I think I'm dying.
Well, I'm
I
gonna
got the
live.
black lung pop. Got the itis.
Yeah, I'm gonna live vicariously through you guys. So I expect stories.
Oh yeah, we were talking about the
plenty
bachelor
of
party.
stories.
This is quite literally what we do. Every week we come in here and we just tell
Yeah.
stories.
I know.
So
It's
we're
a
gonna,
really good
We're
plan.
going to take the listeners on a trip this weekend. We're going.
This is going to be
Where is it?
interesting. Ocean
I
City,
know the
Maryland.
answer, but I'm just
Yeah.
playing along.
Ocean City, Maryland. Secrets would be the
Yep.
destination. But if people who listen to the older episode, I have gotten us the Taj Mahal of meth houses.
Sweet.
It is.
I'm scared of this.
This house is going to be bad. I read a review the other day that said that when they opened the window because the AC unit wasn't working,
Oh, sweet.
which is cool.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
When they opened the window, they said when the flies came out of the trash cans into the house, it looked like the flight of the Valkyrie. Like, and like they all came in. They were like, I've never seen a swarm like this invade a house. And I was like, yeah, that's probably fine. We should be good.
yeah.
But I actually,
Probably from the corpse that was in the house.
I booked these 2 rooms for this bachelor party in May.
Yeah, you got a house and an apartment.
The house is a bit of a misnomer.
Uh-oh.
It's a
That's
house,
where I'm staying.
It's a house that
It's a tent.
it has a little apartment underneath it.
Uh-huh.
And when I'm booking, I called them up. I'm like, hey, so in that house, I'm going to have like 15 guys who never stop partying. And I see that there's an apartment under there. Like, can I just rent that apartment? They're like, oh, it's already booked. And I was like, that's going to be a problem, though, because if that's like a family,
Yeah.
like I really have a problem. Like I called
Yeah.
them and warned them. I said, I have a kind of a problem situation coming to you. And they were like, don't worry about them. They're going to be fine. And I'm like, did
How
they?
do you know that?
Did they put that
Yeah,
when they
yeah.
reserved the? Oh, and we don't care who's upstairs. We love urine.
Yeah.
What? What exactly were
We
they?
love loud music and profanity.
Yeah. Oh, perfect. We got just the renters for you. So, unfortunately, there will be some people under there. And then the apartment overlooks the boardwalk. And anyone who knows Ocean City, we're on 7th Street. Now, 7th Street, the first 20 blocks of the boardwalk are the worst.
Okay. I've only been to Ocean City once for a bachelor party about 6-8 years ago.
I mean, the boardwalk was built long, long ago, and all of these places have been there
It's a long boardwalk,
forever.
right?
It really is. Yeah, it's a pretty substantial boardwalk, but it's gonna be rough, man.
And we got a crew of 22, 25, something like that.
I think we're at 23 at the moment.
I don't even like 23 people.
No, but you're gonna get along with them this week. So
If I see half of them,
it's certainly gonna be interesting. And the
that's
house,
what's worrying me.
the house and the apartment are like half a block from each other.
Okay.
So they're not going to be next to each other. But the apartment should be cool because it overlooks the boardwalk, which will be nice because there's always action out there.
Yeah.
And we'll be up late, so that's good. And then the house, it's good to have a spot kind of tucked back.
Yeah, that's
As long
that's
as the
more
people
me.
underneath ultimately are cool. It's going to take a select crew to enjoy us.
Yeah, like usual.
It would have to be like another bachelor party of people we know.
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh my God, you're here?
What a coincidence.
That's the only way this is going to
Yeah.
work. But I'm excited, man. But I'm a little nervous about the journey because you and I are driving down
That's right.
in the old 1985
Yes.
4Runner.
So as this pops off, we will be literally loading up and getting ready to hit the road.
We will hit the road and be. So when this episode does drop,
Thursday morning.
we will be in the 4Runner, cruising down the road, bikes hanging out the back.
For those not in the know, we aren't. If you look at a map, Richmond is not very far north or south of Ocean City.
If
But
I could
there's-
go across the bay,
Yeah,
it's like really close.
But there's a thing called the Chesapeake Bay in the way. So we have to drive 2 hours south to go through the tunnel, the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel, go all the way up the eastern shore, and basically just get just north of Richmond. It's like,
yeah, actually, you know what? If you look on a map, you're right. It's like a direct shot
yeah.
as the crow flies. It's just not. That's not how it's going down. No, we'll be fine. That truck
Yeah.
was. Troy was like, "Well, are you gonna do some maintenance on the truck?" And I was like, "No, absolutely. I'll spend the weekend on it." So what I did was I took all the plastic dip off the bumpers and plastic dipped those black. I was like, now it should drive.
It's more
I was
aerodynamic,
I was like, dude, we can take my truck. And he's like, no, we're taking the runner. I'm like, all right. So we might not even make it there.
No, and I think I want you to hear that here.
I'm aware.
We may not make it there.
yeah.
But wherever we stop, there'll be other cars behind us coming. And we'll just have to coordinate.
on the
What-
bridge.
What are we going to? We're going to have bikes with us?
Well, obviously, we'll be reduced to our duffel bag.
Yeah, but what are we going to do with the bikes in the back of the truck?
Throw them in the bay.
All right. Yeah. Or let them be stolen.
We'll bring locks. We'll lock them into the truck. There's nothing we can do, man. Our hands are tied.
Yeah,
Outside
there's
of all
no
the
other
other
options.
That's it.
We're humped. But
It'll be
we're going
great.
up there for 3 nights. We're going to be
Bumper's gonna be sweet. Though.
we're going to have
Those bumpers are murdered out.
good Christian fellowship and
It'll be anything but Christian fellowship.
Bake sale.
yeah. Probably
Because what'll
bake sale
happen?
for money.
We actually had a listener. I think I may have brought this up. But we had a listener reach out and say, "Oh my God, you guys have to go to this horrible biker bar
Yeah.
that I love." And I'm like, "Oh, where is it?" And she was like, 6th Street. I was like, "Yeah, that makes sense. It's 1 block from our dirty, dirty apartment." So we'll be in biker bars and then Secrets. If anyone has been to Ocean City, they know about Secrets. And anyone who hasn't been to Ocean City, let me let you in on a little secret. There's a place called Secrets. And it is 7 different bars. And when I mean 7 different bars, I mean full on different vibes, different things. There's 7 different bars in this complex. One of them sits out in the water, and they have like tables and rebarb chairs that have been like drilled into the ground like a dock that all sit out in the water, and then big old floats, and everyone sits out there and parties, and like the waitresses come out and serve you in the water. This is on the bay side.
Right.
So
And that's the one I've heard of.
so that's like a raging party all day because it's, everybody's out there. That's like,
Right.
that's the party.
Good weather, that's where you're at.
Yeah, that's the place to be because they'll bring you quesadillas and beers all day long. So you can just,
Speaking my language right
yeah,
there.
you can do work out there. Then as you come back onto land, you go up the beach, and then there is a giant outdoor venue where they have bands set up, and the bands go off all day, all night, and you're outside on sand partying, and bars that line the perimeter of where you would be dancing and partying with the band.
Right.
So that's the second bar. Then
Well, there was a place I went to. We went to Secrets all day, and then went back to the hotel and changed up, and went to a place called Fager's Island, which was like this tiny little
that's
island
a Little Secrets.
out in the middle of Nowheresville that you literally had to cross over like 3 footbridges that took you there, and that was the only way on and off the island.
That's kind of cool.
And it was
Yeah.
like another facility that basically had like 5 different bars. Like one would have live music, one would have like the dance club, one would have like open air, like chill. Like it was crazy.
No, it's amazing. But Secrets has the dance club at night.
Yeah.
The last time we were in there, like the Baltimore Ravens showed up. I gotta admit, NFL
get
players
stabbed?
are.
A couple of women got beaten in the
They
elevator.
were
One of you
Oh,
guys
that's
never made it back.
Ray Rice joke. I get it now. All right, so the Ray Lewis, Ray Rice. Do you got any more Ray jokes?
All the Rays.
All the Ray Rays.
But they were huge. Like
Oh,
I've
yeah.
never seen anything like that. Like you think NFL players are big, and then you're like in a club with them and go, "Oh God, I'm so small."
Well, you see their stats. You're like, yeah, that's big. They're a few
In
inches
person,
taller
it's
and a
enormous.
few pounds heavier. And then you like stand next to them. You're like, oh, it's a different level.
Yeah, it's a totally
Yeah,
different
yeah.
level. So I'm excited
So you
about
kick
that.
the shit out of a
because we'll
couple
be
of
we'll be in the dance club. We'll be out in the water. We'll be at the.
Doesn't sound
the
like you guys are
music
going
venue.
very far.
And then it has all the different like beach bars. They have like 4 different beach bars that all have their own little universe.
By the way, when you're in the water, no one ever goes to the bathroom.
Oh, they do.
I've heard that.
I mean, they don't leave the water to go to the bathroom.
I actually this weekend when I was working on the truck, which means spray painting the
Painting it.
bumpers, I busted my finger open. As you can see, I have like
Yeah.
this big open wound.
You worried?
The first thing went through my head was, "Oh crap!"
Flesh-eating bacteria.
Yeah, because I got to get in the syphilis pond.
I have that irrational fear in my head all the time.
I'm always scared of brain-eating amoebas and
Flesh-eating
flesh-eating bacteria.
bacteria. Yeah.
And they're like, "Do you have a better chance of winning the lottery?" And I'm like, "Yeah," and I still play because I still think I might win. And so the odds are I'm probably
Hope
just
I
going
get
to win
flesh-eating
the
bacteria.
shit. I'm going to win the shit lotto.
Oh,
you know,
man.
like, "Oh, you lost a leg. That's a bummer."
If you catch something, I'll just pee on you. Isn't that how you fix it?
That's jellyfish, right?
And even that's a fucking wives' tale that was started by some frat guy.
Just pee on it, man.
Brosif, I'll save your life.
Open your mouth. It stung you there.
It's what? What just?
What? Why'd you guys pee on me? You were passed out, man, and a jellyfish.
I
stung
figured
you.
that was what
I was
frat
saving
guys
your
do.
life.
I wasn't in a frat. I don't know.
I see that now.
That's exactly what we did.
What the hell was that? Jason, you're moving, right?
Damn this tart-tastic.
This tartastic got me wanting to pee in a man's mouth. Wait, what?
Hold on, huh?
Never mind. 2.5. No, 2. Make it
It's a 2 now.
Knocking it down.
Dude.
Now we'll have a good time.
No, I'm very excited. I just worry anytime you get that many guys together because it is impossible to move those.
It's so weird. You know, the older I get, I'm worried about trying to get 25 people to go in the same direction, same time. That's a worry. Then I also have a weird
That's
feeling.
just a fact.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about it.
But
It's gonna happen.
I'm going through an emotional thing right now where it's like I'm excited to go, but I'm also excited to get home on Sunday.
You're already
Yes.
thinking about
Yes.
getting home?
Yes.
Oh.
Because
You're doing it wrong.
If I'm getting home, that means things have gone well.
you survived.
Yes.
You made it.
Well,
I'll give you that. There's truth to that.
Well, and we've gone on these bachelor parties we've been on a few together that are huge, and it can be a nightmare getting home.
It is, but there's only two of us.
Yes.
That's the trick right there. Is like the people you put in your car when going on a guy's weekend.
Yeah.
That's the most important factor that gets overlooked because that makes and breaks not only your departure to get to the party, but your departure to
Everywhere.
GTFO.
We went on one a few years ago, and we left the bachelor because he would not get up and get ready and leave.
Oh, my God. I remember that. You're right. You're right. We kept trying to get the bachelor. He wouldn't get up. So then we found another guy who was willing to take the bachelor. We were like, then we're out.
We're out.
We had that situation where the bachelor got too drunk too fast.
Well, that's going to happen Thursday night.
And then it was like everybody else like, we going out? It's like, oh, God.
That's why
We've all done that.
I just have Troy. We're
Yeah.
keeping it very minimal to who we've got. And then I think we should be fine.
I think so.
But you know what your biggest problem is? Me.
Yes. You are a wild card.
Quite literally your worst
Yeah.
case scenario.
Yes.
Because I could be up late Saturday.
Yes, no, you will be. But I'll drive home.
Actually, I like that you just offered that.
That's how it worked the year we left The Bachelor. I mean, I drove there anyway, but you were like, you weren't ready to go, but you were ready to go. And I was like, hey, you're riding with me. And you partied the whole way home.
There was that wasn't intentional. That's a whole other story. I roofied myself. That's a whole
Forget me now.
That's a whole other story. That will not be told on
That
the
made
air.
that made a long, maybe for an entertaining ride home for me. That's for sure.
There was one night I was at a camping trip and I stayed up the whole Saturday night partying.
Oh,
And I'd gotten like a couple hours of sleep, and I woke up the next morning, and I was ready to go, like after like 2 hours of sleep.
yeah.
And I looked at my buddy, and I was like, I don't know that I should be the driver. And he was like, all right, let me drive. I'll drive your car out of here.
Yeah.
And we drove out, and we got pulled over by a cop. I'm talking like
5 minutes in.
Yeah, 5 minutes down the road, cop pulls us over, and I was like, this is why we make the choices
Yep.
we make
Yeah,
right there.
exactly.
Because I would have still legally been drunk, even though I was like, no, I got this. I haven't had a drink in 2 hours. I slept. I packed a tent up. Look
Exactly.
how sober I must be. No, and it,
Worked
thank
out.
God. Because I told him, I was like, I just don't know that I should be your guy. Like, I want to be.
Yeah.
I told you I'd be, but I think maybe I'm not. And you know why he got pulled over? This is the worst. I didn't know my tags were expired.
Oh, let's check your tags before we leave.
It's antique.
Okay, we're good.
It literally just doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
It's the best. Except for the fact that I'm not allowed to go that far from home with antique tags. But that's-
Awesome.
That's just a loophole.
Yeah. Antique Virginia tags in Maryland.
Oh, yeah, I'm
will
from
look
around here.
normal.
It'll be fine. I
Oh,
wouldn't worry
Lord.
too much about it. It's going to be an interesting journey. I cannot wait. I love a good bachelor party.
And we're planning on podcasting from there.
Is that really going down?
I would like to.
I'm willing to
luck.
give it a shot. Those podcasts are really bad.
Yeah. I
Okay.
think the listeners will like that.
Sure.
You don't think so?
I'm willing to do it.
Yeah.
I think
We can throw it out as an extra.
we get
Should
interesting.
do it from secrets in the water. Just don't spill the equipment.
I wish I really.
Now I'm back in.
Can we run an extension cord out here?
We'll float it on somebody's
200 dead in Ocean City at Secrets.
We'll float it on somebody's flip flop. It'll be legit.
Podcast killed. Oh.
Too soon, Jason.
I get it. That's funny. Well, no, I think we should take the equipment down if we record or not. Maybe it's just good to have one in the can.
Yeah.
Just kind of like keep it back there for when I want to take a week off.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. Because it's tough being the production guy, man. I'm telling you.
I know it is.
You know what happened to me this past week? This was interesting. I get a phone call from a buddy who has a startup company. It's called Social Auto Transport.
Okay.
And they have created an app akin to Lyft, but it allows car dealerships who have multiple locations to move one car at a time between their locations, as opposed to getting a big
So
old
them
trailer.
Trailering cars and or hiring individuals to just sit around and wait for a car to show up.
Yeah.
Like, you're on my payroll, but yeah, we don't have anything. So what's the point?
So you can be like, hey, we need a car here. It's worth $45 to get that car to you so that this person can test drive it.
Yeah.
And it'll be there in 30 minutes. So they're like, oh, I wish you had it in white. I do, actually.
Yeah.
Drive the black one. Tell me what you think, and we'll have the white one here in 45 minutes. So
Right.
he's got this app. Things are going great. So he calls me up, and he's like, hey, man, you do a podcast, and you do all the production. I'd love for you to come do some voiceover work for me. And I was like, well, sure. And so I get there, and I've got, like, my mics and stuff, and he's got his videographer, and she's, like, ready to go. And she's like, I'm so glad you're here because I need someone to do the production. And I'm like, boo! Hold on. I was like, you've never heard the podcast. Like,
Why-
literally today, I
She's
screwed
gonna
up the
video
intro.
it?
No, but that's what she does.
Oh.
So she had, like, the video done. So she's like, no, we'll just do the voiceover work, and then I'll edit it in. And she's like, but you understand production. And she's like, she had my software that I use for this.
Right.
She's like, you're familiar with Audacity, so I downloaded it. And I'm like, I'm familiar with 3 buttons on Audacity. Like, it was interesting, to say the least. But I am the voiceover talent. And when it was all said and done, she was like, you're really good. I got a lot of companies that need voiceover work. She's like, do you mind if I call you? And I was like,
My feelings are hurt.
I was like, this is. And no, it was funny. I thought that. I go,
I'm the
the
audio
audio
dream-
dreamboat
I
should be
know.
the
Yes.
one here. But I'm the one who got the call.
Well, I think I could do the job, but you sound great on mic too. I'll give you that.
But you are I think you're the better radio voice.
Maybe, but I think you're. I wouldn't say better. You're just as good. You sound great.
You know what? We should team up.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll start doing, because she was like, seriously, can I call you? I'm like, yeah, that sounds great. Like,
Yeah, why
that's
not?
exactly what I need is like some source of income.
Honestly, voiceover work is actually something I'm getting into.
Dude, I literally less than a week ago was telling my wife, we were talking about college and education with our boys and stuff, and I was telling her if I could run it all back, voiceover work would be what I would have. If I'd known it was a gig, I didn't know it was a gig. You know, like I didn't know you could get a job talking into a mic, reading things, speaking, doing that kind of stuff. And I was like, in today's world, which is amazing,
You just do it at home.
you can do it at home.
Yeah,
You can set a
that's the beauty
studio
of
up
it,
in
yeah.
your house and make it sound amazing. And it used to be you had to go somewhere and record because you didn't have the equipment.
Sure.
Or you couldn't transfer the file without,
Yeah, now I
Now
literally
you
just send them. Here's your file.
yeah, and like
Yep.
a lot of places,
Put it in
I
the
mean,
cloud. There you go.
they do like radio jobs. People will work from Seattle and be in LA, like
Yeah, it's
it's crazy.
It's real easy, man.
Yeah, man, I tell you what, that dang old internet, man, you just go on there and point and click, 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 click. It's real easy, man.
Boomhauer, he was ahead of the
knows
game.
He was
up.
way ahead
Yeah.
of the time. Yeah, so I just started a voiceover.
Good for
company.
you.
Well, I mean, I didn't do anything.
We should
I
look
showed up-
into that, honestly.
I got paid in 2 tins of Zyn and,
Yeah.
and a T-shirt for Social Auto Transport.
There
And
you
I
go.
thought to myself, this is paying better than the podcast.
Exactly.
Why didn't I do this for the beginning? Like, oh my God, this is a lock. I should be doing this.
So you're thinking about getting into that, Jason?
Absolutely. Yeah.
In your move? That's a great idea.
Yeah.
All right, well, I've already got the company, so I'll just
Yeah.
pay.
Yeah. You
I'll
got
just
any
take
contacts?
a cut.
You got any contacts?
I'll just take a
No.
cut. This is perfect.
Yeah.
I like where this is
Just
going.
70% will be mine. You'll get the rest.
That seems fair.
Yeah.
That seems fair.
Sure idea, and you're starting it up. I mean,
I've already got the credits.
yeah, exactly.
I've got when
You're what's
Social
known
Auto,
as a seasoned vet.
when Social Auto Transport puts out those, we're gonna
Yeah,
be good. That's
definitely.
actually my second voiceover gig. My first one I did like 10, 15 years ago. And the dude got it and he was like, man, this is great. And I'm not kidding, 2 weeks later I saw the video. It wasn't me.
Oh, really?
I was like, what just happened?
But you got paid?
Yeah, it worked out.
So is guys something like lip syncing to your voice?
He's like, I did the voiceover work. He goes, this is perfect. He sent me the video. He goes, check this out. Then I went on the website like a month later and I was like, that's not even me.
That's
Oh.
Like, he just was like, oh, I found someone better.
Hey,
But it's
So
still
be
a
it.
credit.
Yeah,
Still a credit. I got
exactly.
2 under my belt.
Hey,
2
Definitely.
under my belt. Paid gigs doing voiceover work.
get you a headshot.
I'd love to get into that. That'd be awesome.
You don't even need a headshot for voiceover
I guess
work.
you don't. Yeah.
It's the worst thing you could have.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know? It's just It's just this.
Oh, you're too
It's just
handsome.
this, hey.
Yeah, you look too good for this.
Hey.
Hey, that's awesome. Congrats on that.
Well, I'm glad we started this company.
Hopefully it pans out.
The ITP,
For all of us.
ITPH LLC.
Yeah,
Why
we
not?
do it all.
We got all the equipment.
Podcast, voiceover.
I didn't even use any of this equipment. I used that other mic I bought. It's
Oh,
like-
really?
The better one.
Yeah, because that's only one mic, and it's
Yeah.
like it's the greatest mic in the world. So it's like, but I only have one of them.
Yeah.
But it's perfect.
You wouldn't want to shame us.
Who's Seamus?
No, good
I
point.
see what you did there.
That Tartastic starting
Did you
starting to settle in.
did y'all listen to Bill Burr's Monday Morning podcast?
I'm not a huge fan.
So I've been listening to it. It's funny. He was having issues recording the other day. You could hear something was wrong, and he's like, "Something's going on. Can't hear myself." So then on the way over here, I listened.
needs
to
a producer.
today's- Well, he said that because I'm gonna have to hire a producer. This is bullshit. So
Send
this
him
was,
my number.
This was Thursday's show. Well, today on the way over here, I started listening to the Monday Morning podcast. He
You
goes,
sound awesome.
He goes, I figured out what happened. It was hilarious. He goes, I had two mics on, and I was talking. I was talking into the one that was turned off. So what you guys heard was the one next to it picking up what he was saying.
Oh, my God.
So you could hear it, like, in those who are in the know understand, like, you could hear it sounded like he was in the distance,
All
right?
right, no.
Like,
So here's exactly
yeah.
what. This is what it sounds like if I'm talking into the other mics.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. That gives you an idea of what that would have
Producing.
sounded like. Yeah, I know what that button does. It's fantastic.
That's hilarious. I had to laugh out loud at that. That was pretty funny.
We say
Because
LOL.
we've all done it.
Oh, I've done it out here. The last time Jason was on, he was talking. I was like, something's not right.
That's right. Yeah.
I got to piece it together. I was like, oh, his mic's literally not on.
That'll do it every time.
That will do it.
I actually, when we started, I saw his levels and I went over and I grabbed his
When we
mic.
started, I was like, dude, I can't hear myself. He's like, don't worry about it.
It's all good. You got a producer.
I'm producing. Shut the fuck up.
Let me do what I do best,
I fixed the glitch.
as always.
Dude, Jason, you are going to be missed, my man. Seriously.
Yeah. man.
You have been a staple for 4 years now. You've been here. You've been doing your thing, man. You really have been a
Reach out, let Jason know.
loyal friend
reach out.
and you know, loyal to the podcast. So I thank you very much for that, man. I really am sad to see you go.
Very much,
on
yeah.
a lot of levels.
He's a great podcaster and even better friend, and would do anything for you.
Nah, you're a stand-up dude, man. I wish you the best.
Appreciate
I know
that.
everyone else wishes you the best. I know Big Rich wishes you the best, despite me breaking it to him through a rumor on the show. That was,
And then me getting a phone call after the show.
I didn't know I was right. You know what I mean? Like
I know, man.
I had a
just-
theory,
It's heartbreaking.
and then it turned out to be right, and I was like, oh, awkward.
Well, it's been a blast just being a part of it. It's been awesome. So
Nah, man.
Thank
Thank you
you
so
guys, too.
much. Thank you so much for everything. You will be missed. Best of luck out there. I know you got this. I know you
I got this. Definitely won't be goodbye, but see you later, man. So
Definitely.
sure.
We'll come trash your place sometime once you get established down
yeah,
there.
and I'll
And
just
Greenville's
pop in.
fantastic, man. Greenville's fantastic. You're gonna have a
Yeah,
blast.
great
down
town.
there. It really is a cool town. There's a place down there. It's like Coal Mines Pizza. It gave me horrific shits.
Oh.
Don't go there.
okay, got it.
But
Nope.
outside of that, that place is great. If you guys haven't had a chance to reach out, send us any love you got for Double J
That's
over
right.
at InsideThePalletHouse@gmail.com, or you can always reach out to us on the Facebook page or Twitter and Instagram at ITPH Podcast. We'd love to hear from you. We'd also love to hear what you got going on, what's going on in your world that you want us to talk about.
Yeah, and
Let me know if you bet on the Bulls. It's a lock. It's a lock. You and I will party our balls off when it's all said and
let
done.
Richmond Mag know how much you love our sports podcasting.
This sports podcast is pretty special.
Most sports were ever mentioned.
Go ahead
in
and
this
Cincinnati
podcast.
swap somebody this weekend. Make that your goal. One Cincinnati swap.
I
They
did
will
it.
thank you.
I did it this past week.
And I thank you
Yep,
for
my
that,
neighbor
man.
Katie. Hopefully she's a listener now.
We'll find out.
We'll
She's
find
like,
out.
I didn't really like it.
Yeah. I didn't listen to the whole thing. Well, your
It was
shout
like
out
it was like
at the
over an
end.
hour.
Yeah.
10 minutes. It's really long.
Yeah.
I have a 10-minute commute. Well, that's why we only do it once a week, Katie.
That's
Katie,
right. Katie. Katie and Chris.
Welcome aboard, Katie.
She said her husband was in too. We'll see.
Perfect. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Don't forget to rate us on iTunes. It definitely helps the cause. We'll be talking to you next week. Cheers.
Cheers.
See you later, guys.
That was a pretty good podcast, don't you think?
I miss Jason already.
I hate puppies.
That was a really good podcast, don't you think?
Surprisingly, that actually drew up a memory in my mind back to an experience in a hotel.
I triple dog dare ya!
Is there a better Doc Holliday than Keanu Reeves?
Eating a bag of dicks.
Hallelujah! Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?